Welcome back, guys. Scotty Wrenches here, back in the '08 Sienna. Got another climate control issue. This one's actually not a user serviceable part because, well, it's all solid state crap on the back of this pile. So anyway, here's the issue. This switch right here, which controls our temperature, goes into the max AC, which clicks on your AC for sure, but it also closes your outdoor air over here, makes it on recirc. As soon as we take that out, we should actually have the recirc go away. But you can see, you can't turn off the recirc. However, if I wiggle, give her a little wiggle, goes right off. Comes back on if I don't hold it in just the right place. So, anyway, let me show you how you fix this. Stay tuned. Alright, so I'm just sitting here letting the van cool off a little bit because it's hot inside. Which I should probably just put down the windows, actually. Yeah, that's probably a wiser idea. I'll just put down the windows. What do you know? I can work in here with air moving. Anyway, so again, everything works, you know, fan works, the temperature actually does work, like that'll get hot. The problem is, it still has max air turned on because of that switch. Although it might not right now. Well, now it is. It's on. I can turn it off by jiggling, moving this, but that thing's just shot on the inside. And it's actually a circuit board on the back. So again, as I said, no user serviceable part back there. So, here's the way you get into this. First of all, you don't need it turned on. So, you can just shut off the car. These panels on the side need to come off. Now, simplest way to do it is actually to come from underneath with a panel removal tool. And you can just pop in and pull forward. And again, same thing over here, pop in, pull forward. Now the reason I recommend going from underneath is because, well, I use a plastic tool, first of all. So that makes it come out really easily and doesn't scar up my, well, sticky dash. And I'll show you what I mean by that. This up here is stickier than all get out. And you'll see that at one point I did try to come in from this side and, well, it just tore the dash up. So, if you come in from underneath, you can just pop these guys off and out of the way and just hang them off to the side because they don't really weigh a whole lot, so you don't have to worry about those wires. Next things next, first things first, last things last, all that stuff. 10 millimeter, 10 millimeter, another, and another down the left. Same thing down the right. Yes, you do have to remove the 10s that hold the radio in place because there's this cool little mechanism that clips it all together underneath here. Makes it look nice and seamless there. So, yeah, we're going to knock out all 4 of those with an impact in just a second. So I've gone ahead and removed all of the screws. I will just tell you the radio screws are slightly different. They're a fine point, fine thread. They do have a centering shoulder at the front. The ones for the climate control are actually pointed and a more coarse sort of thread. So that's the fine thread. That's going to go up to hold the radio in place. Now, again, the reason that we want to do that is because we do need to wiggle this guy up just like that. And here's the reason. We got our replacement unit. First of all, just want to let you know, really nothing usable or nothing repairable on the back of that. And I'm going to show that to you in a second. So you do actually probably need to order another one. I hate to even say that. You know me, I like to fix everything, tinker, tinker, tinker. But this one's untinkerable. Well, it's probably not, but I'm not messing with it. Especially when you can buy this for, I don't know, 35 bucks used. So, but here's the reason why you need to remove that radio. It's that clip right there, and right here, and right there, because those guys, again, hook up and under and hold the radio down to the climate control unit. So now here's the reason why this is kind of not really easily serviced otherwise, and that is because it's all solid state gibberish back here. Okay, and if you remove these 4 screws, you can get access to the back of that switch right here. But the problem is, again, it's just a circuit board. It's a printed circuit board that it runs on. You're not really changing that. It's a pain in the butt. It's all just integrated. All these things talk to one another. You move it into a different position, it sends a different message, turns off the outside air, makes it inside air, maxes out your AC. You know, it's all nuttiness. Again, even when you put it over here to the defroster, automatically turns off the inside air. Kind of cool, but when it doesn't work, well, it doesn't work. So we've been driving around with max air 100% of the time, which Mrs. Wrenches does not like. Gets too cold. She's freezing. So, anyway, this is why we're changing this out. So as I said, we're going to have to do a little wiggle up here, a little piggle wiggle, just to get that radio up, and then we can take out the climate control area. So you give that just a little lift up, and you get that unhooked. And then this is going to come out to the front, and then you lift out on the bottom because there is a lip here down at the bottom that also needs to mate. I'm going to do that off camera because, well, I need both hands. All right, so I set up the camera. We'll see whether that works for us. Now, you will need the gear shift out of the way. So simplest way to do that is turn your keys, press your brake, put on your parking brake just so your car doesn't drift away on you. That'll get this down. I'm putting it all the way down into low so it blocks your view, hopefully. No, okay, maybe it won't. But again, we're going to give a little lift up on the radio. We're going to get those little catches out from underneath with the climate control. Walk that just a little bit forward if we can, and then voila, it just tips itself forward. You can lift it out, and then we're going to have our wiring harnesses on the back, which hopefully you kind of noticed. I didn't really point those out on the old unit, but I'll point them out here. So you can see I'm just, manhandling it, scratching things up. And then once we get that last one unclipped, which is always easier done than said. I mean, well, strike that. Reverse it. There we go. All right, so the old unit is out there. Again, it has 3 plugs. You do want to kind of line up the new unit just to be sure, and there is that other plug that they have so kindly left in for me. All right, so I'm just going to plug her back up, and we can test this thing right away here. So make sure you do push these things in until you hear the magic click. And I can already tell you that, well, the back unit just kicked on, so I know that this switch is working. Okay. High, medium, low. That should allow me to use the rear switch instead. Yes. All right, so the rear works. And I'm now just listening for actuator to work. I'm going to turn this on. And there, now you can see what I was talking about. That's max air. Turns that guy off automatically. I'm going to spin that around just to be sure that that actually does move it to the heat. It does. Because if you recall, we actually did some work way down over there to make it so that it would open and close the blend door. So this looks like it's going to work for us. And again, That's on max air. As soon as I go off of max AC, we come back there. So this all looks good. Looks like we got a working unit there. So now I'm just gonna mount that back into place here. So again, has to go in just like so. Slide her under. It comes forward. Give that a little push underneath your radio, and we are now lined back up. I'm going to grab my camera and just show you here. So again, we've got it lined up on the bottom. We've got our holes lined up here. It's got actually pegs just to rest on, so you know you got it lined up. We're sealed in here. Radio is also resting on its pegs. So 10 mils go back in. Put those guys on. Set your clock. Good to go. All right, so that's it. Again, no real user serviceable parts because of that dang circuit board back there. Anyway, I might tear this thing down just for giggles one day. So I'll hold on to it. We'll see what we get. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this one. Pretty quick fix. Again, remember to like and subscribe. And as I've said before, I'm making mistakes, which I'm going to actually just put this thing back into park before I drift away somewhere and shut her down. I'm making mistakes so you don't have to. This is Scotty Wrenches signing off.